watched Jaws not that long ago.
Oh,
And I think maybe as an adult, I appreciate it because I remember watching it as a kid and I was just like boring.
oh,
I mean, it started right. It was like because I thought the whole the chalkboard scene, all that was like much later in the movie. No, it was like almost felt like first 30 minutes.
oh yeah, yeah. Was that one on one of our lists?
I was your for your books.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least I swear I thought it was. I could be losing my mind. I wouldn't put it past this last few weeks.
Oh well, you had Benchley's, you had the mini series,
Yeah.
and he also wrote Jaws.
And I still they're the same movie. It just switch a shark with a giant squid.
Yeah, I think his books were kind of similar.
Yeah, I think it was like after he did that book though, he swore he wasn't going because he was afraid of causing a mass extinction of water life. So he apparently jump on I think was it Greenpeace, stopped right and he stopped right in those books. So supposedly.
I got you. Good for him.
So, yeah, sorry on a little rant, but welcome to Two Cousins Talk.
Yes.
Talk. And, yeah, besides movies we watched a lot of television shows.
Yeah, no, that's true. And, honestly, I think I watch more television shows now than I watch movies, honestly.
It's probably still half and half for me. Because, television shows, it's like even if it's as light as it can be, you're asking for a commitment.
True.
Where movies, it's like, I don't need to watch, all the MCU. If I just want to watch Iron Man, I can just watch Iron Man. And all that.
Really, you're not compelled to watch the rest of the Marvel universe as well.
Well, if I did, not in any sequence order, it's like one day I might watch Iron Man, the next day I might watch Age of Ultron.
Oh man, maybe it's my compulsive disorder then. Yeah.
I don't worry, I think I had it, but it just I can't have that.
Well, and the thing is, it's not like I'm watching new shows. Really, it's mostly the shows that I'm going to talk about in this episode
Right.
of Two Cousins Talk. Honestly.
Yep. Our rewatchable, at least as I'm understanding, our rewatchable shows.
Yeah, because we were talking. What was the last one? What was the last episode we did?
Movies.
It was like movies that we. Yeah, was it like movies that we just watch that they're just rewatchable?
Yeah.
We like to rewatch them, and so yeah, we were like, all right, let's just flesh this out to TV as well because it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, and really, yeah, and I don't know, is the question, maybe the ultimate question, maybe we have an answer to at the end is like, what is there a similarity between these shows, for us, what is it about them that that makes them rewatchable? Is there common things throughout, or is it just randomness, our peculiar personalities?
I think mine's a mixture of personality and growing up and just randomly finding a show and hey, I like this show. I'm invested.
Well, I mean, I know there's one commonality for me.
Huh.
It's pretty easy. They're all comedies.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What?
and in fact, I couldn't even think. I have rewatched dramas, but it's kind of like what we were just talking about. It's like if I rewatch a drama, it's like I'm doing it on purpose. Like I'm doing it like, oh, I'm going to rewatch this.
Yeah.
You know, and I do it pretty quickly, or I binge it. These shows, it's sort of like I can just put on an episode.
Yeah.
At any point, any time, any of these, whatever, you know. So yeah, that's one commonality for me. I don't know what that says, but they're all comedies.
Well, I mean, at least with one of mine is because I have refound it on YouTube, and
nice.
because of the sort of randomness of it, like I don't know what episode's coming next.
Oh,
I mean,
it doesn't show them in order.
No, I mean, well, if we want to start now, I can start, with my number 5.
Number 5, ladies and gentlemen, our Two Cousins rewatchable
number 5
shows. Phil Nelson's number 5.
Tales from the Crypt.
Oh,
now,
right. Yeah.
Now, the reason why this one is also as low as it was one of those that it fell out of my zeitgeist. I could be walking down and I would remember scenes from it, but it was not. For a long time, there was no way to watch it. I could fine.
Right.
It wasn't until a happenstance of me and some friends going to Hastings in Idaho Falls, where they had, and sad, I wish I would have picked them up when I saw them, all the seasons on DVD. But when you have a huge, can't say I have a huge DVD collection, but when you have a good size one, they get thrown somewhere. And now when I said earlier about the random, there's a person on YouTube who has been streaming them, and he's been doing it in marathons. I don't know how he picks them, if it's like dart throwing, dice roll, or he just says, you know what, I'm going to do this one, and this one. And he'll do like a marathon sized episode, like for 3 hours, that's like about 6 episodes.
And whoever this is, whoever this Good Samaritan is, we won't say their names, but they're definitely doing this in the most legal way possible.
Yep.
Definitely. So thank you.
That's why.
Sir.
I mean, that's why it unfortunately is so low on. It was out of my zeitgeist.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, I don't think I watched the Tales from the Crypt since last year when we were going to do that episode.
Yeah,
that was the first time I'd seen it in probably 21 years.
Yeah,
probably more.
I mean, I found some facts. It was, I liked how they did this when creating it. It was Layla's being created by William Gaines, who was the original creator of the EC Comics line that gave us the Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Terror, etc., etc. But also Stephen Dodd, and I think he's the one who took it to HBO. It lasted 7 seasons from June 10th of 1989 to its last episode, which was an animated cartoon, which was supposed to jumpstart the Tales from the Crypt Keeper animated series, and it went which is July 9th, 1996. Has won. It was nominated for at least 8 awards, won 5. Has 3 movies. Which sadly I can say I've seen none of them.
Are they? They're probably compilations, right?
The movie,
or is it? Yeah.
No, it's Bordello of Blood.
Oh yeah.
Demon Knight. And see, I'm sad. I've even like on Tubi when it's there, because I heard just apparently how bad they were But it's like,
no, Demon Knight's the shit. Billy Zane.
yeah. And then,
Demon Knight's good.
Okay.
Demon Knight's really good.
And then apparently there have been talks of restarting it.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but that's just the Hollywood machine.
They're gonna have a new 2023 woke. It's gonna be
Yeah.
not cancelable.
Yeah. Yeah, because but it's like you said, it had fallen out, and it's now just one of those. When I'm at work on break, it's like, okay, I'll go to the YouTube, plug that in, watch an episode, realize, oh shit, I shouldn't be watching this at work.
Nice.
Because of the stuff. And all that. But it brought a lot of, it was as grotesque as the show was, a lot of happy memories of sitting, hearing the Crypt Keeper with his bad puns, his opening segments, and then seeing the show and what happened, and it's like, hey, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, and ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear about a lot more probably next month.
Yep.
We'll have a lot more to say, in depth.
Yep. All right. So, yep, that is my number 5, Tales from the Crypt.
All right, my number 5.
Five.
Most rewatched show, Modern Family.
I have not seen it. I've ever seen an episode.
Oh,
I've seen clips, but never seen an episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Modern Family. It was on ABC. Ran for 11 seasons.
Damn.
The 2009 to 2020. They finished right before the pandemic. Good for them.
And this is with Ed O'Neill, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Ed O'Neill's last joint. Well, latest joint anyway. Okay. And Sofia Vergara.
I saw a clip of her trying to mean tweets. I think that's the funniest.
Probably the guy I think is the funniest on there is Ty Burrell, Phil Dunphy. Dude's amazing. The dude is hilarious. But anyway, this one's a little strange because I haven't seen the whole series.
Okay.
So I remember back in the day, I don't know what it was. I got a random perfectly legal folder of files of the first 4 seasons.
Okay.
And so I don't know. I watched those a lot. Way back in the day, in 2012 or 2014 or something like that. And then it got onto Hulu, and then I sort of stopped watching it.
Huh.
But then, I just watched them a lot back in the day. Stopped watching it, but then now I got back into it, and now it is the show that I watch, and I'm trying to catch up to watch all of them while I work out.
Okay.
On my rowing machine.
Yeah, because.
And I don't know what it is, but I don't like watching any other show. It's the show I watch while I work out.
It was what's it? It's one of the it's sure you're is it like a de-stress series you can just watch?
Well, no, I haven't used it for that purpose. It's just something I want to watch it while I'm working out. Okay. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and it's you're actively watching it, not just Oh
yeah. But it definitely was sort of just a weird. It was sort of a comforting thing to watch back in the day, and the weird thing about it was it was my files. I wasn't streaming it.
Okay.
So definitely has to be on the list. And I'm close. I've now gotten to the point where I haven't seen them. So I'm now and I'm enjoying watching what's happened because I never even saw season 8 through 11. So
okay.
So yeah, it's cool, and yeah, it's a really funny show. It's a very snappy, very punny, about the lives of three quirky families, and yeah, and it's just one of those where it's like everyone's growing. The kids are growing up. Everyone stayed. No one got replaced. It's
Wow.
like pretty. Yeah,
No mysterious cousin shows up.
at least so far.
Yeah, because I remember that with I never watched the Brady Bunch, and I cousin Oliver. That's the no caller cousin Oliver syndrome happening. where where all
I don't remember that.
yeah. So do you want me to what I've heard from it? So Brady kids grew up, so there was really no young fresh faces. So they brought in cousin Oliver.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he was more, fans hate him, and he was more of a menace or anything else. And like that season he brought in, show got canceled. Right, got canceled. And apparently that happened with a few other episodes where they brought in a brand new cousin who's living with the family. And I think even the guy who played cousin Oliver went on to other shows, but as soon as he got on there, and I don't know if it's because they knew he was cousin Oliver, but the show got canceled.
Yeah,
That's rumor.
Just kids, a show killer,
Yeah.
goddamn show killer. Nice. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's my number 5, and I can't wait to finish it.
Cool. Yes. So yeah, my number 4.
4.
Tenchi Universe. This is an anime.
Oh.
How I come upon this was I was super sick one time, and didn't have cable tele. When I was living out, we didn't have cable tele. We had my VCR with movies, blah blah. But I was just super sick. My brother, who was into the early Tsunamis, boom, loved the Tenchi Muyo series. Still one of his favorites. But he brought me this, I don't know if I screwed up and put the wrong tape in, by Tenchi Universe, which is the second series for this, and takes place in Japan. It's your sort of harem comedy where all these girls love this one dorky guy. You don't know why. He's this dork. But you got this outlaw bandit, a 700-year-old who doesn't look 700-year-old mad scientist, a police a policewoman from outer space, and then they added her friend sidekick for the comedy relief, all living in this. But in this one, they this is weird from what I saw. This is considered non-canon to the Tenchi Muyo universe.
Oh, Jesus, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in this, they go and they Washu, the mad scientist, in a couple episodes, makes a computer that could create multiple realities, and so people start poking what they want, and so for 2 or 3 episodes we get a noir episode, a typical samurai shogun episode. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But it was it just happened to catch right. I love the characters in it. The father who's who's been widowed for far too long, and he just wants somebody to be with. The smart grandfather and stuff, and it's But yeah, this and the show had originally ran from April 2nd of 95 to I think this is the original Japan run to September 24th. And the Attention apparently has one of the at least its most famous mascot is called a Cabot, part cat, part rabbit, named Ryo-Oki and stuff.
Man, I see on YouTube there's a Tenchi Universe 2 through 26 episode. It's 9 hours long.
Oh God.
Video. So 2 through 20, so that'd be like like 20-minute episodes. Okay, so here's the thing about anime for me. I can never really get into it because, like you said, there's so much weird shit in terms of canon, and it's almost impossible to know where to start.
Yeah. With
shit like that, it's impossible.
Well, I mean, if there's like an episode 1, you know where to start.
No. It's like comic books. It's like there's like 10 episode 1s for like the X-Men. I'm like, okay, but all right, well that's cool. So so this is it's just so you got introduced to it,
and I've
and you've watched them ever since.
Yep, and it's like whenever I'm like scounging my DVD collection, I run upon it. I was like, oh hey, plug it in.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it's physical media for you.
Yep, I did find it. I did find it digitally.
Well, that's awesome.
Ooh, excuse me, but yeah.
Man, that makes me think of an idea.
Huh.
For an episode. Tori watches Phil's recommended anime.
I've actually got a few.
Like three series.
Okay.
I watch 2 episodes of 3 series. Yeah, I'll put it in our brainstorm section.
All right.
All right. Well, my number 4. Most rewatchable shows. Community.
Again, another I have never seen, but for me, it's because I have a little. I think if I remember right, I have a hatred for Joel McHale.
Wait, where'd that come from?
I'll tell you a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, this is a Dan Harmon joint. This thing ran for 110 episodes over 6 seasons.
And they still never got their movie.
Not yet. Yet. We're all keeping hope. But yeah, no, this thing ran for it ran on NBC for the first 5 seasons. Although there was a bit of hiccups.
Yeah.
Started in 2009. And then there was a weird hiccup with a bit with 4, a little bit with 5. There was a delay, and then they got their 6th season with Yahoo Screen.
Okay, I was wondering because I remember hearing it. NBC didn't have it, and then whoever had it next.
Yahoo Screen, which did not last long.
I remember hearing about Yahoo Screen. I think a lot of shows went, a lot of pretty well known shows went to them. I think.
I mean, a couple. I mean, Community was definitely one of the bigger things, and that's saying something because it wasn't really that big.
Yeah.
So, but no, see, I remember this. It's really funny. I remember a work colleague. We were just talking. This was probably 2010 or 11 or something, and they just mentioned an episode of Community that was just them playing Dungeons and Dragons. And so I that piqued my interest.
Okay.
And so I watched that episode, and it was on Hulu, because Hulu was showing NBC stuff like the next day.
Okay.
During that era of Hulu.
That's the time I think when Hulu was running. Well, I think some people consider running its best.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I watched that and I was like, yeah, this is great. I'm gonna watch from the beginning and watch the whole thing, and it's awesome. I mean, if no one knows, it's about this community college with this study group, and it's got a bunch of weird cast of characters.
Yes.
It's got like the jaded lawyer as the leader. It's got the autistic meta fourth wall breaking kid. It's got the jock. It's got the hippie chick. It's got the single mom. It's got the smarty whiz kid, pill taking queen. It's got the old man, played by Chevy Chase. Yeah, and the thing is, it's written by Dan Harmon, and that took me down a spiral. Like, I became a fan of Harmontown. Like,
okay. I always heard that show. I thought it was a fake show.
Harmontown?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a podcast, and they also video recorded it.
Okay.
That Harmon did with Jeff Davies from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, they did it for a long time.
Okay.
But they stopped it for a bit. But I'm a big Harmon fan. I'm a big Dan Harmon fan. And so yeah, I continued watching Community as it happened, and all the weird stuff that happened to it.
So were you watching it as it was going, or was it like?
But yeah, in like the middle of the third season is when I caught up to it. And so yeah, so I watched it, but then they fired Harmon after the third season, so the fourth season's weird. And then there was the delay. They brought Harmon back for the fifth season, pretty good, but at that point a lot of people left.
Yeah, well,
Childish Gambino, he left.
Yeah, did they fire Chevy Chase?
Yeah, and then not really fired him, but like. Yeah, I think they kind of left on mutual terms. There was this whole beef with Harmon and Chevy, which actually really wasn't really beef, but I guess Chevy was being kind of a dick, and so was Dan. So yeah, so a lot of people left. So it's definitely one of those shows where it's like it doesn't look the same in the beginning than it does in the end. And then and it's weird. Like the fifth season's kind of strange, but it's good. And then the sixth season is very weird because I think it's like 8 episodes and they're like 40 minutes long or something.
Okay.
And that's the thing. I've only watched that once, and then it ends on a really weird it's really weird how it ends. It's really strange, but so it's still on Hulu. They never took it off,
except for the D&D episode.
Except for that initial episode that got me into Community, that's gone.
Yeah.
Because it's got that dark elf face going.
The reason I will always remember that because I got a co-worker. That's his favorite series, and he's like, I want to watch the Mother effing D&D, episode. And I'm like, well, could you go find it on Amazon, Amazon buy the physical copies? And he's like, fuck physical.
Oh, well, 1, that's lame, and 2, God, I feel like it's somewhere. It's online somewhere. I know it is.
Yeah.
It's online somewhere. But anyway, I think you would like it, just because it definitely. Yeah, I think you'd like the writing, and it's got a very it does different genres of media type episodes. Like there's Western episodes and noir episodes, and Muppet episodes. Like it goes off the rails.
I mean, I've seen clips on Instagram. I think probably my favorite one is You know, Joe McHale and Childish Gambino. I think they're playing football, and he's like, and he goes, "It's in your blood." He's like, "That's racism." In your eyes, he's like, "That's gay." And he was like, "That's homophobic."
Yeah.
It was just that whole part. It was just like, okay, that's funny. Just how they
wow
shot back, because I can see that being almost ad-libbed too.
Yeah, no, it's very witty dialogue. But anyway, yeah. Well, speaking of Joe McHale, so what's his beef? What's his beef going on?
It's a sad and pathetic one. So for many years, Spike Television held the VGA Awards, the Video Game Awards, and I had a on the whole VGA those awards anyways. But it was like I was listening to a lot of video game podcasts. I think I was like listening to like 8, and all 8 episodes. I think it was either during the VGAs or before, where he made this like, joke about video gamers being like sound like lesser people play video games, and like what are you stupid people doing here? And imagine hearing that clip 8 times, and all these other people are fuming about it. I mean, there was one person out of all of them who's just like, listen, he's a comedian. He was he probably said it was because it was an easy paycheck. Maybe he does play games, but he doesn't take it as serious as us. People who are saying on the podcast. So yeah, I took a little offense to that.
Well, what I will say is, probably Joe McHale. He's probably a little bit like his character in Community, Jeff Winger, who is he's like this lawyer who has to go back to community college because his licensing is up in dispute, and yeah, he's sort of like this jaded guy. But then there's sort of like a practical guy, But then at the same time, like he gets into these shenanigans with these like weirdos, and it's obvious that Joe McHale as an actor is up for doing weird shit.
Yeah,
because he stayed for the entire 6 seasons.
Yeah,
he didn't leave.
And see, because the podcast people I was listening to. Because he did Talk Soup or something like that. They loved him in Talk Soup.
Oh, yeah, he did Talk Soup, yeah.
And I think I saw a few episodes. I thought they were funny. But it was just when he said that, I'm just like, really, dude? You're not, I understand, the VGA awards, take it or leave it, they're,
No, I mean, I would guess that it was probably a bit. But yeah, but no, I think you'd enjoy the show. You should just check it out.
Okay.
But in terms of rewatchability, I mean, I don't know. It's probably because one, it's on Hulu. It stayed on Hulu. I've had a Hulu account since the beginning.
All right.
Since like the first month it existed, I've had it. And it's just easy. And it's one of those shows where I have very specific episodes that I just like to watch.
Okay.
So there's a select list of episodes that are like my episodes.
Yeah. Okay. I
have an inkling to just watch them.
Okay, and I think there is one reason why I did it, because it was during that time where the Hangover stuff. It was like I wasn't getting those comedies. I still don't get those comedies.
Oh well, Ken Jeong is in Community.
Yeah.
It's Chang, the Spanish teacher. It's awesome, dude.
I love to see the memes. It's like he's there in a sombrero, and he's like, "Yeah, I allow it." I'm like,
yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, dude. And he's like, and he like at one point he takes over the school, and he has like this Napoleon outfit on, and he has this like army of like 12-year-old boys.
Oh God,
it's awesome.
Okay, I may have to give that. Give that a watch.
All right, well, that's my number 4, Community.
All right. My number 3.
Number 3. Another one.
So, all right. Imagine you're in the world. You're in the spy business. You're on a mission. You're on a mission. You're setting up so the bad guy takes the fall. And in the middle of the mission, you get told you've been burned. Your service is no longer rendered. My show, Burn Notice.
Oh.
The show was created by Matt Nix and ran on the USA Network, and you can find it, I think, on like free TV. I think it is.
Oh.
And this was a show I remember seeing the advertisement for. It had also Bruce Campbell. Cannot forget that, the greatest actor in the world.
How many? Wow. Okay, I'll admit I've never heard of this show at all.
Yeah.
When was it? How long did it play?
It first aired June 28th, 2007, and then its final episode September 12th, 2013. Ran for 7 seasons and had one television movie. A television movie.
Damn. On the USA Network?
On the USA Network.
Holy shit. Man.
This was during the when like Monk, Psych,
okay, right,
and Suits. At least Monk and Psych were. I remember the other top 2. There probably were others, but those were the other top 2. But yeah, so Michael Weston is this agent. He doesn't specify which. He's just a spy. So in the middle of his mission, he gets this burn notice, and he's but during his mission, he gets roughed up, passes out on a airplane, and gets sent to Florida, and he hates Florida with a passion. And for 7 seasons, it's him. For 7 seasons, it's him, his IRA ex-girlfriend, played by Gabrielle Ganwar, and as his washed-out ex-Marine buddy. Crap. I can't now remember his name. I just watched the episode, but played by Bruce Campbell. Damn it! The fall of, because that's but for 7 episodes, it's him solving Floridians' problems from just simple, like the first episode, he has to deal with a drug dealer down in his that lives in the loft below him. But while he's doing that, there's another. So it's the way it's done. He's when typical situations, they'll send in the Marines. Marines tend to do this, and he'll explain how it's done in this little clip show art. I'm not explaining it too great. Sam Axe. That's the name of Bruce Campbell's character. Sam Axe. And for 7 seasons, he's trying to find out, and it gets eventually sort of jumps the shark on a plot reveal. And I'll admit I watched all 7 seasons, but it's the first 3 seasons that are more memorable for me. And so, but it's one of those, the first 3, I can watch those no problem. But like I said, once I get to, season 4 or 5 to the final one, I'm like, okay, I'll just go back and watch season 1.
And is it like a dramedy? It's drama with comedy?
Yeah. Because Sam Axe is always like every season he's going after all the retirees who are wealth off. He's always has a new girl fling. It's like, well, but Veronica wants to know what happened to the caddy. And he's like, and the main character is like, I can't talk about the caddy at the moment because I have a guy who's was with the German army sniper after me, and I have to deal with this Cuban crime family from destroying this mom and pop house. But it's just like the interactions, some of the characters. There's Barry, who's the money launderer, and all that.
Well, how do you watch it now?
Like, how do I watch it? Like,
you still watch it?
Yeah.
Like, is it?
But it's just one of those. It's one of those I have to. If I don't find something, it's usually that will be my fallback.
But do you have DVDs or is it somewhere online?
I have the first season on DVD because for some reason Walmart never got, at least for the time, never got the other seasons on DVD because I was trying to get them when they came out, and then the next time I went to Walmart they had just like the complete set edition, and I was like, no, I want them individually, not the whole set.
Nah.
I may have to bite the bullet and just buy it.
This is me.
But no, it's one of those. I mean, for the longest time, yeah, it was. I would just watch it on DVD. Then when I found it on free television, I think free television is an Amazon based service.
Well, I won't give out the channel, but I just found something on the old YouTube, which seems to have every episode at least up to the 5th season.
Okay.
They kind of look bad. It's almost like they recorded it from their TV onto a camera. Perhaps not that legal. Because
I think by the 5th season, the guy from Scrubs, the head who became the head doctor.
Oh yeah.
He is in it for a time.
Zach Braff?
No, not Zach Braff. The one he looked up to.
Oh, Dr. Cox.
Yes. I always liked Dr. Cox from Scrubs. I thought he was one of the greatest characters.
Apparently, he's in Platoon.
Yep.
I've never seen Platoon, and then I saw a clip recently. And I was like, oh, holy shit, it's Dr. Cox.
Yeah, I've actually ran upon a few movies he was in, and I'm like,
nice.
I'm like looking around and seeing, okay, where's JD at?
Yeah. Oh shit, Scrubs. Should that be an honorable mention? I have rewatched it several times. Shit. All right, it's going in my honorable mentions.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
And it did win it won a few awards, but it never gave the exact amount, because apparently the pilot episode got a few, but then it was best visual for this episode, but none for the main actors or anything.
Well, man, it's really weird because, I honestly have never heard of this show, and the weird thing is so one, I'm looking at it, so yeah, and the episodes are an hour long, basically.
Yeah.
With commercials, and then 7 seasons, and 2, I'm happy that Ash had a steady job.
Oh yeah.
For this long, I had no idea. Wow, yeah, this is incredible. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch the pilot.
Yeah, I saw Bruce Campbell at Salt Lake City Comic Con, or FanX.
And you were like, I love Burn Notice.
Well, I was too awestruck when I got the photo of him.
Everything else is shit.
But I went to his panel and he talked a little bit and he's like one question he always seemed to get, and it's like he's like, no, it is not actually about Evil Dead. He was like, it was about Burn Notice, and he's like, it was like it's always the people who are the gun enthusiasts. It's like, oh, what kind of apparently you can't. I don't know if you can see the guns properly, but he's like, what caliber were you shooting? How did you hold it? And he's like, they weren't loaded. I just had to go. He goes like, I literally had to go. That was it. There was no sound. There was not even a cap in it.
Jesus.
And he goes, it was funny watching it. Also, just the look of disappointment in their face.
Hey, man, it's cool. Hey, do you remember when we went and saw Evil Dead 3?
Yep.
Without any context? I didn't have context.
I think the only context I had was I remember seeing a trailer, and I'm going, "What the fuck is this?"
But we didn't know about the Evil Dead. We didn't know about the Evil Dead 2, right? Is that?
No, we didn't. No.
Okay, so yeah, we went just because we thought it looked cool, and it was. It looked cool, but I remember being like, there's all this. There's definitely this is a sequel, and we don't totally know what's going on, but it's okay.
Yeah. Which was funny because when we were watching like Nightmare on Elm Street, there's that famous, of Nancy watching the Evil Dead movies, and I always wanted to know what that movie was.
Nice. Yeah.
It wasn't until I was a fan of the Evil Dead and I read something like, apparently that was a sort of like, oh, yeah, that's a horror movie. No, this is a horror movie. It was between him, Wes Craven, and Sam Raimi.
Nice.
I know. I love it how we get off these weird tangents. So it's like, show, hey, we have to talk about.
It's all connected, Phil. It's all connected.
It's all connected. We're.
All right. All right. My number three.
Three.
My number 3, Parks and Recreation.
I've seen a few episodes, and and unfortunately, I think one of the episodes I watched wasn't even an episode. It was just a YouTube video of every Ron Swanson quote.
Yeah. You saw some clips.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it was like 30 minutes long. I'm like, okay, I think I get the gist of it.
Yeah. Parks and Rec, NBC, from April 9th, 2009 to February 24th, 2015. And I'm starting to sense another pattern here. These are all on Hulu.
Huh.
These are all comedies on Hulu. My 5, 4, and 3 are all comedies on Hulu.
Ooh.
Oh, turns out, spoiler alert. Okay, this is all starting to make sense. Well, anyway, number 3, Parks and Rec. 125 episodes, 7 seasons.
Wow.
And, I don't know. It is kind of a weird show in a sense because, okay, so it had started. It's almost like most shows. It takes a while to get its feet.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they don't really know exactly what it is, especially this show. Like, it really doesn't know what it is at one point. Amy Poehler's the main star. Leslie Knope.
Okay.
Who's sort of just this perky, sort of just government employee. And there's a little cast of characters around her. Ron Swanson,
Yeah.
Rashida Jones is her best friend. Aziz Ansari is working there. Just kind of just a weird, homage. But, the first season is very strange. There's not much to it. It doesn't really have its feet. The second season as well. There's, this one character called Mark Brandanowitz. Blandanowitz. We call him Mark Blandanowitz. It's like supposed to be this major character. He gets completely cut after the second season, I think it is, because he sucks.
Like as a person or just this character?
No, the character.
Okay.
The character is bland. It's kind of funny. But no, so it's this weird show where it's like the first couple seasons it's okay, but then like from the third season onward, it becomes very unique. Because like the character of Leslie Knope is like very optimistic. It's a very optimistic show. It's not cynical in any way.
Yeah, that's what I caught on it with the few episodes I watched. It wasn't like, all the world is going to hold you down. It's like whatever win you can get, take it.
Yeah. It's all about getting support from your friends and supporting your friends and doing good works and stuff like that. So it's unique in that regard. And why it's rewatchable. I mean, I don't really know. It's just it's funny, and the characters are really cool. And and me personally, I find it, looking at the through line of how it became this like just sort of bland show into like this really unique comedy is really interesting, and it stayed pretty strong. The last season is kind of a shorter season, and it has one of the best last episodes of all time.
Okay.
Because it does this, like, it's kind of framed around this quasi reunion, but they go into the future with each character.
Okay.
And they show you what happens in like the far future with, like, each character. It's good. It's really good, and it has to be on this list because I remember at a certain point. At a certain point, Hulu lost some of its shows.
Was like contracts, or they just like, oh, we have accidentally deleted. Someone hit the delete button.
No, because they went to Paramount.
Oh.
Because Paramount ultimately owned them, so they went to the Paramount app, which
Okay.
I didn't have, and I remember because Parks and Rec was taken off Hulu, and I got super pissed and super sad.
Okay.
Because I was like, well, I can't just sit and watch Parks and Rec anymore.
Okay.
And I still can't. And it sucks. So definitely has to be on the list, right?
Okay. Yeah. And no, it was funny because I know it was during that Parks and Rec. Was it that Tina Fey one?
Tina, was she in an episode?
No, she did a TV series around the same time.
Oh yeah.
And it was, I don't know, maybe just because those two just worked together so long, I felt like those episodes would have been like a crossover. I mean, even to an extent, Community. I mean, come on, I could see Ron Swanson for some reason going into the Community and like just like whatever Ron Swanson does. He's like, I'm Ron Swanson. I do what I damn well please.
Well, and I guess we just have to point out that, like, yeah, like Parks and Rec. I mean, shit. Yeah, Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza, Chris Pratt. Like a lot of like Aziz Ansari. Like careers jumped off of this.
Yeah.
Like 5 like major players now came from this one show.
I mean, I think it's funny. I had as a coworker who hates Chris Pratt during Parks and Rec. Hates him as a character, loves him as Star-Lord. But he's mixed on the whole Super Mario Brothers voicing. And to me, it's like, okay. I'm like, okay, well, try to at least stay in one. Do you like him or hate him? I have to say I do like him, even though I've never really seen a whole lot of. I think the episodes I've saw, he wasn't a huge factor in it or anything. Again, I saw them once, so I'm like, oh, those are cute.
Well, I mean, I'd say the best Chris Pratt is Parks and Rec's Chris Pratt, because he really can only play one character. but it's just Star-Lord is just a spectrum. Star-Lord is just is a more fit,
Okay.
more world-weary version of the character in Parks and Rec. They're basically the same character.
Okay.
And in Parks and Rec, he at least gets to be like kind of out there and wild and weird.
Yeah. I think that Rob Lowe joined the season 2.
Oh, Rob Lowe is the shit in Parks. Chris Traeger, and Perkins. Yeah, no, he's fucking. Rob Lowe is amazing in this show.
Okay.
He is so fucking funny. And just as a shout out, the cat that lives with me, his name is Ann Perkins.
See, I remember like where did I hear that? And I think it was a episode he was in. And I heard that. I'm like, why does that name sound so familiar?
It's a character in Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Hells yeah, baby. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so it's sad. I used to rewatch all the time. Can't right now unless I get the Paramount app or the Peacock. Is it the Peacock app that it's on? It's one of those.
Well, I know. I right now I have the Paramount app, and I think I bought like a card subscription, and I'll see if it shows like when my expiration. Maybe I'll send you the code.
Yeah, send me the code. Let's. It's all about the sharing now.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, that's my number 3.
Number 3. Number 2.
Two.
All right. I'm just going to state, Doctor Who.
Oh.
And I will be more specific. It is the David Tennant, Matt Smith years. To me, something about these episodes, I should probably put the Eccleston, which is the Doctor before Tennant, because and plus this is the revisioned Doctor Who, because the original Doctor Who, the OG, started back in 1963 for the BBC. Ran all the way to 1989. 26 seasons. It was created by Sidney Newman, C.E. Weber, and Donald Newman. Newman. And from a documentary I saw, the initial was created as a educational for children for the BBC. The revive started back in 2005 and is still going on to this day. It has 5 spin-off series. The Sarah Jane Chronicles, Torchwood. I think there was one that had to do with the robotic dog K9, or was K9 part of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and back in 2019, was inducted into the Sci-Fi Hall of Fame in Seattle, Washington.
Wait, what?
Really? You did not know this?
Wait, but where is this? Is that at my work?
I'm assuming.
I think that's my work. Oh shit! I should go into that Hall of Fame room. I think that's where it's at. Holy shit! Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
And had this I figured that from the thing I saw, this counted from the original to revive. This has won, been nominated 411 times. Not 411 award nominations. I couldn't find how many they had won. But I really imagine it would be if it's not in the triple digits, I would be shocked. But to me, the David Tennant, Matt Smith one was how I got into it was a podcast, the Major Spoilers podcast, and I think the Matt Smith ones was just starting up, but one of the guys says he's having a hard time watching Matt Smith because that wasn't his doctor. And so that's how I got shit falling over in my house. What just fell?
Wait, what doctor was his doctor?
It was
Tennant?
Eccleston.
Oh.
See, that's how a lot of people refer to them as the doctor you get introduced to is your doctor. So there are people who, from the OG, Tom Baker is their doctor, and all the other doctors since then have been either lesser. You can still like the other doctors, but your first doctor that you're introduced to is your doctor. Mine would be David Tennant, but he said, but it was like, but they went like on multiple podcasts talking about, like they would talk about like pivotal episodes, the finales, and apparently with David Tennant's episode had at the time the highest view watching for Doctor Who, because people did not want the Doctor David Tennant to leave that role. And he had the most famous line from him was like, when I saw it, I even started crying. He goes, "I don't want to go." And then Matt Smith, and which again, he's not my doctor, but I do love Matt Smith. He was just energy.
He's great in House of the Dragons. He's the shit.
So I refuse to watch any more Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
You're the one missing out.
That last season of Game of Thrones.
Okay. All right. Well.
But
so how do you watch them? How do you rewatch them?
See that's one of the. A lot of people would say start with the revived edition, because the problem with the olders is it shows their age, and I don't mean like in language or anything like that, because it was a children's show, more or less, but it's the effects. If you can't get past, literally someone wearing like a box, a robot, but he's in boxes, painted. It's all in black and white. Most of it's in black and white. Oh no, wait, shit. When did they go to color? I think it was the Third Doctor. Yeah, I think it was the Third Doctor. But no, the effects. A lot of people have a hard time getting past that. Is how cheap it was, and it was made cheaply because they didn't have a huge budget. They were just like, okay, here's a set amount of money. That's all you get. But they said start with the revive.
Well, yeah, I think people kind of separate those, right?
Yeah,
like,
but it's all, but it's weirdly it's all like canon. It's all canon.
Sure.
And yeah, it was like, I know I think not too long ago they celebrated I can't say the 500th episode because I think it was the 50th anniversary or something like that. No, it celebrated a major milestone not that long ago, because I saw it all on Twitter, Doctor Who, blah blah episode. I mean, I haven't watched any of the Peter Capaldi, because at that time, this is the one that does hurt a lot. They had it on Netflix for the longest time, and they even had some of the older episodes too.
Oh.
And one day I went to, I had a crappy day at work, wanted to watch. I think. Was it at the Weeping Angel episode? Because that's like one of everyone's like favorite episode is the introduction of the Weeping Angels. and it was not there. And I'm like, okay, well maybe I, misspelt it or something, which was weird because it was like in my library. And then I think I heard the BBC took it off because they were going to start their own like Netflix streaming service.
So I mean, I asked because here's the thing, Doctor Who was a big black hole for me in terms of the fandom because I've tried. I have watched Eccleston's season, 4 times, and I cannot finish it. Somewhere around the 8th or 9th episode, I get really bored, and I stop. Okay. So I have never seen any Tennant's episodes or Matt Smith episodes or any episodes after that.
See, that is like so. What the Major Spoilers podcast, the way what some people had with the Eccleston episodes was like he that Doctor is now like he's suffered like from postpartum disorder because it's apparently right after the whole time war between the Time Lords and the Daleks. Now, if some of these people, if this what I'm saying is going over your heads, don't worry. It's if you ever heard the timey-wimey, Doctor Who, it's very convoluted. But yeah,
I mean, I should just start series on that and series 2.
Yeah.
But again, my OCD prevents me from just starting there.
I mean,
but if I wanted to, where could I go? Is it online?
I actually do not know. Let's besides on the like the Apple services,
because it was on Netflix now, and 1, probably it's not anymore, and 2, I don't have Netflix anymore, so that's gone.
Sorry. I don't think it is streaming anywhere.
Shit.
I mean, the only other is it's popping up is Prime, which I would believe. Because I think
well, I do have that.
Now, which one? If because I think with Prime because there was a season I was watching and like they were missing like certain seasons, and all of a sudden it was like season 8 where they were missing like 7, 6. I can't remember the show I was looking at.
Weird. Oh man, they got some from the original from season 1.
William Hartell.
Yeah, like season 1.
Yeah.
Although I have heard that like there are like a couple episodes that are literally lost in time. Like
because
no one recorded it, no archives happened.
Because BBC basically, didn't have a lot of money. They're like, well, nobody's going to want to rewatch this stuff, and just erase them.
And no, I mean, there's got to be something somewhere.
Because apparently one of that was lost was the one of the transformations from William Hartell, the first Doctor, to Patrick Trough, the second Doctor.
Oh shit!
Because at the time William Hartell was getting sick and he didn't think he could continue, so they're like, okay, well, what happens if the Doctor changes?
Damn. Well, shit.
Yeah, But yeah, so the classic ones you don't need to worry about. You know, those ones I would consider as more of maybe a guilty pleasure if you want to try it. Maybe a guilty pleasure. Just hey, let's give it a watch. But yeah,
no, I'll get to Doctor Who at some point.
Yeah, but I mean, if Eccleston isn't, try
not my cup of tea.
Yeah, try David Tennant.
Okay, all right. I'll grit my teeth and start with series 2.
Okay. I mean, who knows? Maybe after watching it, then you can go back and try Eccleston.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, my number two. This is another. Yeah, this is a more recent one. This is another Dan Harmon joint. Rick and Morty.
I had a feeling.
Although this is the funny one, so it's Adult Swim, which I do not have.
But it is on Hulu.
It comes on to Hulu about 6-7 months after air.
Right.
The full season.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a wait.
But it's not like all of a sudden I think there's been there was a 3-year gap between seasons at one time.
Well, it started in December 2013.
Okay.
And then it was kind of like 2 years in between.
Yeah.
It's pretty much been 2 years. They actually did the 6th season only a year after.
Okay.
Well, slightly more than a year after, so that came out. And the 7th season's gonna air in a month.
Okay. Really? Wow.
Well, it says October 15th. Okay. This month will be the first episode. But yeah, so it's kind of a weird one in the sense that it's I knew it was going to happen. Dan Harmon, Justin Roiland, but you sort of just have to wait until maybe see the first episode of the season on YouTube.
Is it this because did the voice of guy who does Rick, did he get in some legal trouble or something?
Oh well, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
he's not part of that. He's not part of the show anymore, and I don't.
Yeah. Sorry for a downer, but that just hit my head.
Yeah. I don't know how good the 7th season is going to be without him because it's pretty much based on his voices.
Yeah.
But whatever, because this is about rewatching.
Yeah.
Or in some cases just re-listening.
Okay. Does it have to do with a certain finale episode?
What?
Where they played the 9 Inch Nails hurt.
Oh yeah, season 3 finale. Yeah, it's a great finale.
What did you do? Everything.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah, no, I don't know. This is one of those ones where it's I fall asleep to it a lot. I just kind of put it on, and it's really more of just a listening thing.
Okay.
For me, actually. And I don't know what it is. It's just it's I think it's super funny. I think it's super awesome. And they're super easy to listen to, and I think some of them are really great. Yeah, like that season finale.
Yeah.
Or the season finales are pretty good. Season 4 finale was awesome. The season 5 finale was the shit.
Yeah, because not too long ago I did watch, because I remember watching I think it was, at least at the time Hulu had it was up to season 5, and I had watched. I don't remember what happened in the previous, so I went rewatched season 1.
Yeah, I've done that several times myself. Because it's pretty. They're short episodes.
Yep.
And I don't know. It's just easy.
Oh, so are you one of those that could sort of navigate and understand like what's when they're talking about the Prime Rick. Was it Prime? Was Prime Rick the one in the tube, or was that a clone? Or do you just like? Because when it starts getting that, like my eyes go crossed.
Oh, that shit's awesome, dude. I mean, yeah, a little bit. I mean, that's kind of the point is that it's meaningless if it's Prime Rick or not. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't know. And the thing is, yeah, I don't really have like. I mean, there's a couple of like favorite episodes, but really, not really. Like I can sort of just put on any episode and just kind of just let it be in the. It's definitely sort of a background.
Okay.
Like watch or whatever, definitely. But I've done it so often that it's just like, and again, yeah, it's a comedy and it's on Hulu, and then that's the through line, I guess. I didn't realize.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I love the series, but I've met so many people who are fans. I could not stand them. And I think this was like early, like when the first 2 seasons came out. Like they were the most like the if you want to say without like toxic, they're like one of the top toxic people ever.
Sure.
And it was just
I can see that.
it's it's like because it's like I wanted to say it's just a show, dudes. It's not a way of life, man. Come on. But and of course, then it was like I was heard like when McDonald's re-released the Szechuan sauce.
Oh yeah.
And that whole debacle.
I need some of that sauce, Morty. I need some of that Szechuan sauce, Morty. I need it.
So maybe that's what that's hanging is. That's leftover Szechuan sauce hanging from Rick. Somehow he's put some type of so it's forever like flavored right there, but it's only just a small amount. All right. Well, I need to actually go use restroom real quick.
Yeah.
So we will be back. If maybe
we'll be back.
Yep. Achoo! 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 Tomb Raider.
They're remaking first three for Switch.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What, like from scratch, or they're just updating and polishing it?
No. It's hard to say. It basically looks like it's like exactly the same. It almost looks like it's just a polishing. But at the same time, it looks like it from scratch.
I'm not against, sort of like what the RE4 did or something.
It's definitely not like a reimagining. It's not that. It's definitely just it's like a 1-to-1 sort of thing. But
Okay.
I'm curious if they're still gonna have tank controls and all that. But I don't know. It got me because I was like, oh man, maybe I should. I have every single one of them. And I have 1 through 5 PlayStation 1 except for 2. Lost that, so it sucks.
Okay. I played. I did play the revive version.
The newer ones.
Yeah. Only I think it was I played the first one and a bit of the second one because the only reason I played them because they were free for Xbox Gold members.
Oh yeah, I have all 3 of them. I love Tomb Raider series. Yeah. It's one of my favorite series. I love the new ones. They're the shit.
I think I got like 100 at least that was one game I know I got like all 100% collectibles.
Damn. I haven't even done that.
Yeah. I mean, actually, they weren't really that hard. It was just the one of the hardest was one of those you had to shoot a barrel, run, shoot a crane, which dropped a barrel, which I think lowered a crane, but you had to run because that crane was going to fall if you didn't get to it, or that path was unaccessible or something like that. And it was only if you wanted that collectible too. It wasn't part of the story.
Right.
Yep.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I still have my PS3. I was thinking I might plug them in and take a gander. All right. Well, folks, we're here at number 1. Although now's the time for any honorable mentions.
I've got a few.
Okay. All right. Hit us up.
All right. Monk.
Nice.
This was one I unfortunately caught on later in its. Actually, when I think it had finished up. Caught it on Netflix. I think maybe it's still on Netflix. No. But it's like I know it was on Amazon Prime, which I had, and that's where I finished it off, and it was like, hey, I want to watch it again. But it was just I like the actor in it. He's just, and it has the guy who played in Bird Notice in it. One of his early performance. Well, not earliest performances because that was in the Blair Witch sequel movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, I went to the theater to watch that.
I actually didn't mind. I liked the whole, meta commentary.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not what they wanted. Yeah. So what's your honorable mentions?
I guess I'll say Scrubs. I added it an hour ago, but it should be there because I've rewatched that show many times just because it's super easy to.
Yeah. No, it
flows very quickly. It's just super. It's corny, nowadays. It does definitely feels like corny and like super out there, but yeah, it's just a fun watch, dude.
No, I like heard when I heard the story where they actually had to put like billboard signs and around the building they were filming because people actually thought it was a legit hospital. So people were coming in with real injuries
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
and stuff. All right, so another one of my honorable mentions, Hammer House of Horror.
Mm.
If anyone knows the Hammer films, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, this is they're not the ones who own the Hammer House. This is some of the famous actors, but they did an anthology series, and it was one of those I happened to catch on I think it was I first saw it on, no, it was on my Shudder horror streaming service, but I found it on other I found it on Tubi. I think it's on free. I think it was on Vudu for a short time.
Man, it's not on Shudder.
Yeah, and yep. So it's BBC, or if you want some just short gothic horror stories with prominent British actors. There you go.
There you go. All right. I guess another honorable mention for me would be Letterkenny.
I've seen a lot of clips from.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's only an honorable mention because it's kind of, it's kind of newer for me in the sense that I only caught up in last season, because it only came on to Hulu. Again, another Hulu one. Fuck.
Is that your number one favorite service?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say it right now. Literally everything on my list is on it. Everything. Literally everything. So, again, I've been loyal since the beginning. You know,
Cool.
but yeah, no, Letterkenny, it's good. It's kind of a fun. It's definitely niche. There's a lot of people that hate it, and that's fine, because it's kind of its own thing. But yeah, it's just another one of those that's kind of easy to listen to, easy to watch. Yeah. I really like it. It's great.
Yeah, because I think if it's one clips I've seen on Instagram, it's always the coach berating the like Pee Wee Hockey League or something like that, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jonesy. Shut the fuck up, fuck you, Jonesy. Fuck you, your mom told me that the other night. Yeah, it's super snappy. It's really awesome. All right.
Cool.
What else you got?
Masters of Horror.
Oh.
So this damn, I wish I could remember the guy. Let me look it up real quick who created it. It's a bunch of directors, famous like horror directors. So you got Stuart Gordon, John Carpenter, Toby Hooper. Each were given an episode to direct, and it's just and it was like I think there's one episode that was done by the director who did Audition, and so apparently, and it is nuts. I mean, it's brutal. And apparently, it was the only show. I was the only a show called Monster. It did not get released on. I think it was on Showtime. So I think it was created by Mick Garris, who did a lot of the Stephen King miniseries. Mm-hmm. There apparently was going to be a third season, and there was a sort of a third-ish season, but it's under another name, but did the same premise. under a different name, but and to a different cable provider, or you know. But it just if you want to watch, just a John Carpenter's, an hour episode just dedicated. John Carpenter did. Hey, there's an episode. Toby Hooper, boom. Stuart Gordon, boom.
Now, is it what? Yeah. Say again if it's watchable.
It's watchable. It's on. I found it on Vudu. I think it's on Tubi as well.
Is it somewhere you pay you pay for you can pay for the whole season of one or individual episodes?
You can pay for individual episodes, and but I think if you buy it on Vudu, I think for the entire season, I think it's maybe $6. That's 8 episodes.
Well, shit, 'tis the season, my friend. 'Tis the season. Take a look at that. Yeah, because I don't think I've never seen I've never seen any of the Hammer House shows either.
The Hammer film. I don't think you could purchase those, but I said I think you can find them on Tubi, and it's on, at least the last I checked, it was on Shudder.
Nice. Right. Well, my last one is Broad City.
Never heard of that. I actually went to.
It's comedy. It stars Alana Glazer and Abby Jacobson, two very funny women, and it's another one of those where it's there's very specific episodes that I like. Just very very specific ones that I just have a hankering to watch every now and again. The whole series is awesome.
Okay.
And it didn't end. Yeah. It ended in 2019.
Did it finish, or was it one of those just got canceled?
It basically finished.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part. But just I don't know, really funny. Really, New York City's the third character. It's just very New York-esque, and it's just a lot of quirky characters and stuff like that. And just another one of those where it's hey, I want to watch this episode. I want to watch the episode where Lana eats a lot of shrimp even though she's not supposed to. and then Abby accidentally sticks herself with adrenaline. just stuff like that, right?
Okay. Yeah, that one I would have never like I said, I think I may have heard of it, but I've never seen an episode.
Hannibal Buress is in it quite a bit.
Okay.
It's probably the most recognized actor. All right, well that's all my honorable mentions. You got any others?
Last one. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh.
Now, see this one only didn't make my top 5. It was just because I think Tales from it was again how it didn't enter my zeitgeist for the longest time because it felt like trying to think out. I thought it was one of those lost medias. It was never going to be found. And I especially got when hearing that one time was I think a show that me and Tor did watch when we were younger. You can't do that on television. They were going to put that show onto DVD, but apparently while the things were being written out, a massive fire happened and all the master footage was burnt up.
What? I did not know. What?
This is from what I had gathered in research, and I thought that also included Are You Afraid of the Dark? So for a while, my childhood was destroyed, and it wasn't until the advancements of digital and Vudu I was on, and it wasn't that long ago where they had it. They said the complete collection of it. I'm doubting it. But problem is they don't have them in season 1 episodes. See, it's literally season, it starts off with episode 1, then all of a sudden it goes to season 2, episode 4 for some reason, because cast, throughout the series, the cast of the Midnight Society kept rotating, and because they mentioned like, oh well, this guy's moved. All of a sudden, the next episode, he's there right back. But it was one of those, I thought it was gone, and it wasn't until Voodoo and it was on sale, I bought it.
Oh, okay. Shit, I might have to do that too for our next episode.
Yeah, but yeah, it was
okay. All right.
But like, I had not entered my site, and it was just the come ups, the talks of which was scary. That's sort of raised, But unfortunately, Tales from the Crypt takes that number 5 because I think I enjoyed it a little bit more.
Oh shit! Well, yeah, we gave it a year to cook.
Yep.
So we'll be talking about that next month.
Yep.
So yeah.
Sort of a return to form, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So our number ones.
Yeah. Let's get to the number ones.
All right.
Let's go.
So my number 1 was written by author Richard Hooker.
Okay.
Was first made into a movie, and it was quite successful. Then Larry Gelbart, years later, made into the TV series that is known today, MASH.
Oh.
This is what I grew up with. Joke around with my mom was she watched the movie so much when I was in utero. I listened through it that way, and my mom says whenever I heard the theme song, and I would not doubt, I could believe me doing this. When I could be down in the basement, the second I heard the theme song starting up, I would run upstairs, listen to it, and when it was done, leave. But I remember watching episodes of these episodes, didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know when I exactly started liking it. I can't but this is one. I pay the exorbitant price of like $110 on Apple to get the complete collection of it.
Oh shit!
I've got it downloaded onto my iPod. So this shows. Yeah, and the novel it's based off is called MASH, a novel of 3 doctors. I had to make sure I had in my notes I said this right and stuff. But yeah, Alan Alda as Hawkeye Pierce, Wayne Rogers as I almost said Spear Chucker. You think I've watched? I would remember the names, but I think it's my old age. But the series was such a phenomenon and stuff. I mean, it ran from September 17th, 1972 to February 28th, 1983.
Damn.
This is to me what the biggest insult. Okay, it's had 100 award nominations, had only ever won 14. But it had the most watched audience up till 2010 for the finale episode.
Wait, it had up what surpassed it? Do you know?
I tried to click on the link and it just
probably Seinfeld.
I think Seinfeld, or I think it was American Idol.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no. But 2000, it held for the most watched, and this of course is streaming. It was live. But I could go in there. I can pick it up. Like I want to watch you know, Dear Mom, Part 2. And I don't mean like it's a second, because during each episode they're like somebody's writing to their mom, to their aunt, to the sister and stuff. But
well, shit, man. I don't. Well, hang on. Well, on Wikipedia right here, I'm looking at the most watched broadcasts of all time, and well, one is the moon landing, and then there's a bunch of Super Bowls.
yeah.
And then Richard Nixon's resignation speech at number 10.
Well, that was when you had 3 channels. Come on.
but then, yeah, kind of in between those at number 13 is MASH.
Oh, this is
it's the first like fiction, non-Super Bowl, non-political thing that has it's still there. It's still in essence.
In
that regard, the highest.
What does it show? What its next highest is?
Well, then there's some more Super Bowls.
Okay.
And then the next highest is Roots.
Huh. That's weird. That.
And then more Super Bowls, and then the Police Pursuit of O.J. Simpson.
Yeah,
which I remember watching that.
I remember for a long time that's how they touted was, for Goodbye, Farewell, Amen as being the most watched episode. And I thought it didn't break, and then according to Wikipedia, holy shit!
No, I think what you're referring to is in 2010. Just above it is Super Bowl, 24 or 34 or something like that. But in terms of like fictional shows, like fictional written shows, MASH is still number 1.
Okay.
Which is a pretty fucking amazing.
Holy shit! All right, hang on. Somebody's at my door.
Oh, okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. You know what the funny thing is that I've never seen it. Well, no, I've seen a lot of MASH.
Oh shit!
Believe me.
Time flies when it's the weekend.
Yeah, we're streaming too.
Oh, duh. Sorry.
Okay. So we're about finished. So.
What's going on, Phil? Who is that? Who's there?
Frank's here.
Who?
Frank.
Oh shit.
All right. So yeah, I have them downloaded, like episodes. It's like sadly, I don't think I own the movie though.
Yeah, no, I watched it. The movie's weird.
Yeah. Well, it was purposely done weird.
Yeah, I know that Ethan. I think that's like his favorite movie. He loves MASH.
But yeah, number 1 is MASH.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, it was always playing at my house too. My mom was a big fan, but I've never revisited it. I feel I should.
Yeah, I still think to this day, had my mom not, I could have beaten her. There was a MASH trivia game they had, and no one would play against her because my mom had that absorbed. But I think I could have gave her a run for her money.
Nice. Well, sweet.
Right,
well, all right. My number one is you. Someone mentioned it, starring a certain actress named Tina Fey.
Okay.
30 Rock.
30 Rock. That's the one.
On NBC from 2006 to 2013. Had a nice run for its money. And I don't know. The only thing I can say about this being number 1 is that I'm constantly rewatching it all the time. It's on a never-ending loop. And why that is, I don't know. I can't.
It has to be the writing. I mean, because I think that's always what I heard about it. It had some of the best writing. You know,
Yeah, it does. It has great writing. It's very snappy, and it's weird because again, it's another one of those where it doesn't know exactly where it wants to go. In like the first season, it like Alec Baldwin is just sort of supposed to be like sort of a side character,
okay.
and like and like the people in like the writers' room are going to be like more focused on.
Okay.
But by season 2, like it's kind of a joke. Like it basically just becomes about Tina Fey's character, Alec Baldwin's character, and Kenneth and Tracy Morgan
Yeah.
and all the writers. They maybe they have one line in the episode. Like it really changes. It's so funny.
Yeah, because I think I did hear it was they were given a set like they were almost going to be canceled on season 1, but they're like the ratings were still good enough. They're like if they knew they needed to change it or something like that. That was the rumor.
Perhaps. I think they're just sort of like, yeah, it doesn't really. I mean, it was always kind of weird, but yeah, it definitely gets weirder as it goes on. It's kind of like Community in that regard. But yeah, they just kept at it and focused on what it was, and yeah, it became super popular. I mean, fuck, like they had a shit ton of guest stars. They had like 2 live versions.
Really?
Like they did it live.
Wow.
Yeah. They would do like a live East Coast, and then they did a live West Coast of like the same episode. So they have 2 different versions of like two. They did it for 2 episodes. They have 2 different versions.
Really?
Of the episodes.
So can you only watch one or can you choose which episode?
No, they're on there. Yeah,
Okay.
they're on again. Hulu, again.
If we could, it would like, Hulu, will you please sponsor us?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll answer the question. What's the same for all these? They're all comedies on Hulu. That's it. Convenience. I guess. Yeah.
Can I say one I thought would have been on your list just because, plus it is on Hulu?
What?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, yeah. No, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is good. I did watch it. I watched it up to, I think, the 3rd season, and then I just kind of fell off. But I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just haven't gone back to it, but I've been thinking about going back to it.
Yeah, because I that's what I would go back to, because when I saw stuff of that, I was like, because it was sort of like Joe, the main actor was like Joe McHale. I did not like him. Love Terry Crews, but yeah, the
Oh wait, you don't like Adam Sandberg?
For a long time I did. I didn't know why. It was like I would just want to punch him in the face. I don't know why. I would walk by and I would want to punch him in the face.
He's got a punchable face. That's for sure.
But then I was like,
oh shit. Oh, dude, I just got on Hulu. Do you know what it just told me?
What?
They're increasing the price.
Fuck.
$18 for the no ads version.
Damn.
Everybody's doing it, man,
Yep.
baby. God damn it.
Which was funny.
Well, I'm loyal. I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere, baby.
I think it was funny because it was like you could have you get ads, but I think it was you got the if you didn't pay it, but you got the ads. You couldn't watch the day after, so you had to wait like a week. And I think there were certain episodes you couldn't watch unless you paid, which I would have been okay about.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
And then yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, really, this episode's just a love letter to Hulu. Really, it turns out. It's like, because I basically signed up immediately when it was there, and then as soon as there was a paid piece, I did it because I could watch the Daily Show and the Colbert Report the day after. That was basically what it was, and that's what I used it for. And it was like that for years. And then then they changed something, and then Comedy Central went away. But then parts of it came back. So yeah, it's changed throughout the years, but it's always had like staples of stuff that I watch. So I've never gotten rid of it.
Yeah, because I think recently when I tried to go watch it, I think unfortunately they put it up behind a paywall. You like the
One of the shows you want to watch?
the Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Really?
Yeah, because I went to go look for it. I'm like, I'm going to watch it again. And it was like, yeah, you have to have, I think I want to say Showtime or something. Which is weird.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which is weird because Paramount Showtime's part of Paramount, so I'm like, that's confusing.
Well, hang on, let me see. Yeah, wait a second. Where is it? Now it's asking me. See, man, Brooklyn Nine-Nine didn't come up, like, at all.
Really?
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Why is that, like...
Or was it Cinemax? It was Cinema.
Yeah, no, so that was kind of the same with Parks and Rec. It's like there's this, like, other piece that you needed, or this other sort of thing that you needed along with it. Although, did they change that? God, I can't keep up anymore. Shit. What? Hey, it's not taking my password. What's up with that? Interesting. I'll have to look into that. All right. Anyway, well, thanks, Hulu.
Thank you for the.
Thank you for the seasons.
And thank you for the lack of notifications.
Yeah. All right. Well, folks, that's now you know what we watch on repeat, movies and TV shows alike. We do it 80% of our time. You're welcome.
Yep. And yeah, if would like to hear what your rewatchables,
The rewatchables.
Yep.
We have a doozy. We have a doozy of an episode next month.
Yep.
A year in the making.
our Halloween episode, because I don't think it falls quite on Halloween. But
right.
October's all, if it's October, it's just Halloween.
Well, I was gonna it'll be the 29th, the 30th, or the 31st. It'll be one of those days. That's what we can say right now.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Well, yeah, that's some Tales from the Crypt or Are You Afraid of the Dark? Compare and contrast memories.
Yep.
We're digging deep.
Yep.
All right. Well, should we get out of here?
Yep.
Okay.
All
right. Bye, folks.
But I'm Phil Nilsson.
I'm T Tizzle.
And this is Two Cousins Talk.
Sayonara.
See ya.